since this is the reason we're here, first I want to just ask you, tell me a little bit about your line that
It was almost 20 years ago we started basketball, and there was no African American designers to speak of. Not owners of designers in the business. And it became a whole revolution. This whole urban design team came in, and Sean John and Rockaware and Fat Farm and Nietzsche and Echo and LRG and just on and on. Like this whole experience happened. You know that. And then the people who wore those clothes grew up. And I looked at Frankie this morning on the radio, and it was like the urban graduate. You know, and there's no voice, no designers who were speaking to them, and no distribution for it. Exactly. So Macy's gave us this opportunity, and we're sitting there and look at the men's collections, and they're all very talented designers, but none speak this language. So there's little shifts and little things culturally that we do that make it unique, and it's a voice that hadn't been heard, and hopefully a lot of those designers who created those young men's collections will design more men's collection, and we can have the same kind of revolution in men's business.
More innovation.
Yeah, more innovation, and just the next generation. It's more than anything. This next America is more integrated for one. It's more influential. The urban design group ideas are more influential as they are in music, as they are in other branding opportunities. It's a big hole in the market for this point. And a lot of including in fashion, so we're starting to fill the void.
Transitioning into television, tell me the premise of your new reality show that's coming.
Well, it's another branding exercise. It's like there's all these things I care about. We're here with Captain Dennis. We do these peacekeeper programs around the country. We just get them started in a good way to talk about it, and also to bring awareness to the crisis that's happening in these communities is through the show. The same thing goes for next week. You'll see a huge animal rights protest on animal rights activists. We have 8 charities that are represented during 8 weeks. We also have a lot of social and political causes. We do a lot of work on gay rights, which is something that needs to be exposed in order to get more tolerance for that issue. And hopefully, if the show is fun enough, and you look at and listen to some of the statements we make, maybe we'll ring a bell in some people's ears and change the way we think. And on top of that, we have businesses. And every time I'm on TV, it's like one of those social or political causes, or one of my philanthropic efforts. So to see how we run our businesses is also good, because it's a branding exercise for Argyle culture, for one. Did you see the first episode?
No, I didn't see it yet.
Well, the first episode, Tyson Beckford we got him out of retirement to shoot for this collection. And we also, City Bank comes to us, and something that people don't know as much about is the suffering of women in Sierra Leone. And the fact that they had one gynecologist in the country.
Wow.
And no maternity wards to speak of.
Wow.
So we raised the money to build a maternity ward. So that kind of stuff is prevalent but also it's fun,
And I'd like to commend you, because you do a lot of good things for the community.
Some good.
Well, it's good to us, and it's good. It helps people in different countries. It helps people here. We can learn, we get inspired, and younger black communities, white communities, everybody start their own businesses, be more creative and innovative, and go with their own thoughts. You know what I mean? So, of course, I like to commend you for that. Thank you. So, on the third leg, transcending again to the music, what do you think are some of the main challenges of being an artist these days?
Well, today, since there's almost no artist development, you got to develop yourself. And today, there's very little innovation in the A&R space in terms of signing acts. I mean, maybe if you get a hit, they can help you to create an album and find you the right producers and support your efforts. But to get signed, you got to get hot. It was always that way to some degree. But now, it's like, it doesn't matter how great your song is, nobody's going to sign it until it's already hot.
Right.
So an artist has to be a little bit of a communicator. He has to know how to use MySpace and Facebook and other kinds of social networks. And you got to package his CD and learn that whole process. Then you got to get out there and get on the hustle, which is used to be valuable, but it wasn't the only value. I mean, it wasn't as valuable. Now you can't survive without those skills or support systems that deliver those functions.
You not only have to be an artist, but a businessman.
You got to be that.
Or one. So. Yeah. Okay, well, I appreciate your time.
Hi, it's Russell Simmons. I'm on entertainmentreporters.com.
Gentlemen, welcome to Macy's at the Galleria at South Dekalb. Tonight you are definitely in for a treat. We have with us the godfather of hip-hop, entrepreneur, entertainment mogul, and creator of Argyle Culture, the new men's sportswear collection exclusive to Macy's. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Mr. Russell Simmons. Let's give him a hand.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the delay, but I'm glad to be here. I'm very, very happy to be here. I want to thank Macy's for having me. I always get uncomfortable with that name, the Godfather, like I'm a gangster or something, like I'm going to hurt something. I like the Uncle Russ thing better, but my experience that we started years ago with Fat Farm, and then there was so many young men's companies. And if you look at some Macy's and some stores, there's the men's department and the young men's department. And all the urban, quote-unquote, urban brands were young men. And then if somebody like President Obama grew up on Fat Farm, then what would he do next? He'd only have Ralph or other decisions, but never had anything that spoke to culture that he grew up with. And Adam Sandler, I always laugh at him because he still wears Fat Farm. I'm not knocking it, I'm just saying. You know, you grow up, right? So a lot of urban graduates need a voice. And that was the reason that I designed this line. It's more honest as a description. I stopped designing Fat Farm 9 years ago. And I sold it 7 years ago, and I worked there for a couple of years until I was able to hand it over to the new owners. But the design for Argyle Culture was a more honest expression. And I'll never do nothing well unless I really love what I'm doing. So I really love doing this. I like the designs here that's represented here. And I hope you guys like it. So thank you for coming, and I want to meet all of you. Thank you. It's Russell Simmons. I'm on entertainmentreporters.com.